So you thought the transfer portal closed at midnight last night. You thought all the drama would be over. We just have a relaxing Sunday. Nah, that's not going to happen at this point. Mike Matthews, of course, it was reported last night that he plans to enter the transfer portal. Talked about that this morning, did a video on it. Now there's Pete Nakos on 3 Sports put out an article just a little bit ago updating the situation. This one's going to sound a little bit familiar to us as well. Make sure you hit that like, that share, that subscribe. We've had a great weekend on the channel this weekend. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving the channel a chance along the way. It's greatly appreciated on that. But Pete Nakos on 3 put out an article that Tennessee said he announced his plans to enter the transfer portal Saturday night. But Nakos says that sources tell On 3 on Sunday afternoon that negotiations are still ongoing on a new NIL contract that would see him return to Knoxville. As of Sunday afternoon, he's yet to officially enter the portal. Now, they say that it is a case of, it takes till Monday on it. So to me, why not just close the portal on Monday? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense that it closes on Saturday night, yet it doesn't become official on Saturday or until Monday. So par for the course when it comes to the NCAA. Pete Nakos did also make the comment. He said it's a similar situation to Tennessee. He said safety Boo Carter from last week. Carter made plans know about entering the portal, but they reached a new agreement that avoided seeing him hit the portal. Of course, Boo Carter's come down to, I think he definitely got more money and he deserves it. But it also came down to, as Stephen Hargis, a writer in Chattanooga who spoke with the family, put out on Twitter, he said that, it's about more than, they actually said it's not about NIL. He wants a shot on offense next year. With currently what we know for sure, 2 scholarship wide receivers on campus, hopefully a third will be back. Yeah, it makes total sense to give Boo a shot. It made sense to give him a shot this year with as many as they had on campus. But as of right now, Chris Brazel, Braylon Staley, they're back. They're the only 2 for sure. But to me, this sounds very promising. Austin Price, VolQuest.com, said last night he felt there was a chance Matthews could come back. He thought it was a reaction to, the tease or whatever happened with Nico. I don't know if you'd say flirted with the portal. I don't know if you'd say he considered it or what it was. I do know I've seen posts today where it says Nico's dad told everybody to calm down on it. I think the problem the whole time, you get these guys out here trolling and putting their raised eyebrows and stuff with it, trying to get a rise, trying to have some fun. They are kids. Probably nothing a lot of us wouldn't have done at a younger age. I'm not going to hate on it. I don't like it, but I'm also not going to criticize them because they're kids. They're unsupervised kids for the most part. I don't know. They may be at home right now with school out for some winter break. But anyhow, to me, though, in this day and age, you got a cell phone. Can you not send a text message if you're worried that Nico was hitting the portal? Yeah, I'm hitting the portal too. If Nico goes, well, I would think the quarterbacks and receivers have each other's phone numbers. But I'm not there. I don't know for sure on it. But anyhow, it sounds like a positive for Tennessee. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of skies falling today with Tennessee. And I get it. I say this staff needs to make this be a wake-up call. I think they need to make some – I'm not saying fire anybody on it. I'm not saying fire anybody. I don't really care what the guys who are taking their bag and leaving are saying about the wide receiver coach. None of them, the ones that are out here supposedly saying this on social media, they didn't do anything during their time here anyway. So I'm going to be frank and honest on that one. That doesn't concern me at all with it. You don't have to like your coach, but if you respect them and you work hard for them, that's what matters on it. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. I don't want Kelsey Pope's not there to be buddies. I'm not taking up for him. Kelsey Pope, though, was considered a very highly regarded wide receiver coach before this season. Georgia wanted him. So we'll see where it goes. It's crap or get off the pot time for some offensive coaches in Knoxville. And, again, I keep using the DB mass exodus of last year. Maybe this is similar and maybe it's needed. Maybe that wide receiver room needed a purge. Brew and Thornton, NFL. That'd be great to have them back, but they're out of eligibility. Nobody else other than Mike Matthews, to me, was a big loss. I'm just going to, and I'm not criticizing the guys or nothing, based on what they've done up to this point. But I mean, if Jalen Hyatt would have left after his sophomore year, a lot of people would have said the same thing. And we saw what happened his junior year. Who's to say that these guys who left would not have taken a huge step forward next year? I'm just going off of what they've done to this point. I wish them all the best. You got to do what you got to do for you on it. I get the day and age and stuff. Frankly, it doesn't affect me at all with it. I hope it works out for all these guys as well. But for Tennessee's standpoint, to me, Brazel, Staley, Matthews, you got Travis Smith coming in. You got Radarius Jackson coming in. You got Joakim Dotson coming in, right? There's 6 scholarship guys. Concepcion from NC State did commit to, and I'm assuming signed with Texas A&M today, so that one's off the board. Do they go get Branch? It'll be a package if they do. They'll get the Branch brothers from USC. I don't know if they're even in the mix for them. I don't know that they are, but if you get one, you're getting both of them, it seems like, because based on what I'd read, they both visited Georgia and were supposed to visit Arizona State together. I've not seen anything else regarding them visit, and maybe I've not looked hard enough on that, but that's the last thing I saw when I was looking at it yesterday. So Tennessee's going to have to pay. They need at least one portal wide receiver, if not a couple. I would expect if they get one good one. And then something else to keep in mind, too. As the remaining 8 playoff teams, as you get eliminated, by the way, there's a 5-day portal period. Who hits the portal out of these teams that Tennessee could possibly get involved with? So it's not, I don't know. Did we overreact last night? Possibly. It was kind of, if Mike Matthews had not entered the portal, things would have been pretty good. It would have been a pretty good portal period. Not saying you wanted to lose all those guys, but at the same time, up to this point, what we've seen, I didn't see any difference makers as of yet. Not saying they couldn't be moving forward on it. But this update to me sounds pretty positive. And again, Austin Price, VolQuest.com. A lot of people, I can't imagine these VolQuest 24/7 guys, especially I don't have a 24/7 membership right now. I've had one for years and don't have it now. But these VolQuest guys, man, they're working it. There's only so much they can say. They get criticized because they're not telling enough, or they find out one thing and they tell it and it ends up being wrong and they get told they don't know what they're doing. And then now we've got people out here sharing their posts on Twitter, these premium paywall posts. I'm not a fan of that because that makes guys like me, the rest of us who do these channels, and yeah, we rip them off. I mean, I don't know, I'd say rip them off. We quote them. That's where we all get our portal and, transfer and recruiting information from, is these recruiting websites on it. But I think I can speak for at least a few of the channels that we all try to give credit where credit's due and not claim it as our own along the way. So I appreciate those guys. If any of them, I doubt they ever listen to my content, but if they do, I appreciate them. And I cannot imagine that it's got to be an aggravating, annoying thing, because these dudes do the Lord's work. That's for sure on that. But things sound positive for Tennessee if this works out. And again, it says Matthews is not officially in the portal yet. There are negotiations going on. I don't have a problem with it. It's this day and age. If you want good players, you got to pay good players. That's just the way it is. It's not going to change. It's not going back to the way it used to be. That's where we're at. You can thank the NCAA for not legislating this thing from the get-go. And that's where we're at in this period. To me, it's a win for Tennessee if they keep Matthews. We saw the the times he got the ball this year, the ability that he has. He didn't get the ball enough, but hopefully they make up for that next year. And hopefully he's still wearing orange as we go into next year. And we'll wrap up on that one. There were, of course, was no Lady Vols post-game show today. I will do a video on that here in a little bit, post that as they rolled to victory today. We did decide we're going to do our end of year wrap up live show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. And it seems like there's going to be a lot to talk about on here. Carrie, myself, will be live on here. Hope you guys will join us on that. Should be a fun one. Should be an interesting one as well. So hope to see you there. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. And last but not least, just remember, it's always a great day to wear the orange.